Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining me. My name is Lynne, and today's practice will be a gentle practice. There will be one downward facing dog. So if that is a challenge for you, just stay on your hands and knees in table pose. You will need a couple of props for your practice today. I have set up my mat to start out with a blanket on it. It does provide a little more movement for our body when we're on our back, doing some of our gliding, sliding, and unwinding work. I also will be using in today's practice 2 blocks as well as a strap. So if you don't have 2 blocks, not a problem. You can do our practice today without them. I do recommend that you have a towel or a rope or a belt or something that you can place around your leg when we come into our Supta Padangustasana, our hamstring stretch today. Thank you for taking this time to practice, and I will see you in a moment on your back with your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor. So come on to your backs, knees bent, feet flat on the floor. Support your head if necessary so that your chin is not throwing up towards the ceiling, and allow your chin to drop down so it's nice and level. Bring your hands onto your lower abdomen, shut your eyes, and just breathe in and out. In and out. Allowing yourself to drop into the earth. Allowing yourself to settle. Just using this moment to connect to your breath rhythm. Take one hand to your lower abdomen and your opposite hand to your heart center. And settle into the wave of your breath. Bring both hands now to your heart, placing them palms down, one on top of the other. Centering yourself in your breath and in your heart center for today's practice. Release your hands down by your sides and slowly extend your legs out one at a time, pressing out through your heels. Take your arms overhead and let's come into a full body stretch, opening, pushing out through your heels, reaching up through your arms, and drawing your abdomen down in, pressing ribs into the earth. Flop like a rag doll. Releasing. Let's do that once again. Push out through your heels. Reach up through your arms. Press your ribs down into the mat. And flop. Slide your hands behind your head, just cradling your head. And if this is too much for you, just go ahead and put your arms out into a T position. We're going to get into slide our right heel away from us. And now slide your left heel away. Your feet are flexed, pushing out. Just switching sides. Pushing out through your right heel. Pushing out through your left heel. Just gliding and sliding. Go ahead and flop your legs. With your hand still cradled behind your head, slide your right elbow towards the wall behind you, or just side bend here. If your arms are in a T, just reach your right arm overhead and then slide yourself back to center. So we're just side bending slightly to the left, reaching our right elbow towards the wall or whatever it is that's behind us, behind our head. Come back to center. Let's do that 2 more times. Side bending, lengthening, and coming back to center. Side bending to the left, reaching your right elbow behind you and coming back to center. Let's do that on our left side. Side bend to the right, reach your left elbow behind you and come back to center. Side bend to the right, reaching your left elbow and coming back to center. Side bending, reaching through your left side, coming back to center. Once more, side bending, lengthening your left side, keeping your head down, coming back to center. Let's add our legs into this. So now we're going to push out through our right heel as we reach our right elbow behind us and then come back to center. Push out through your right heel, reach your right arm, come back to center. Side bending left, pushing out through your right heel, reaching up through your right elbow. Let's just do a few more of these on your own, finding your rhythm. And bring yourself back to center. Let's go ahead and do our left side. Reaching, pushing out through your left heel, reaching your left arm, coming back to center. Pushing out through your left heel, your side bending right, coming back to center. Pushing out through your left heel, reaching your left arm, lengthening, and back to center. Do a few of these on your own. Just awakening your side waist, sliding and gliding. And come back to center. Just take your arms alongside you. Let your palms face upward and bend your knees, bringing your feet back flat onto the floor. Take your right knee over your left knee. Arms can be out into a T position or into a cactus position with elbows bent, depending on the space that you have available. Let's go ahead and begin to drop our knees over to the right and back up to center, rhythmically moving with your breath. Inhale and exhale, return to center. Inhaling, dropping over. Exhaling, coming back up to center. Inhale, drop. Exhale, back to center. Continue just connecting movement and breath. Dropping and coming up and dropping and coming up. Next time you drop your legs over to the right, hold. Turn your head, look over your left shoulder. And bring yourself back up to center. Let's go ahead and change the cross of our legs, taking our left knee over our right knee and dropping now your knees to the left and turning your head to look over your right shoulder. Just rocking, inhaling over, exhaling, returning. Slow, rhythmic movements to your breath. And just a few more here, rocking and back. Next time you go to the left, turn your head right, hold. Come back up to center. Bring your feet flat down onto the ground. Let's go ahead and take our right ankle up to our left knee and gently push your knee, your thigh away from you. And now draw both knees into your chest. Keep your ankle onto your left knee. Our nice figure 4 position. And drawing inward. Notice what's happening with your chin. Tuck your chin if your chin is jutted up towards the ceiling. Lengthening back through the back of your neck. And let's go ahead and release. Both feet flat on the floor. And bring your left ankle up to your right knee and gently push your left thigh away from you. Your foot is flexed. Find alignment through your head and neck. Gently dropping your chin. And let's go ahead now, draw knees into your chest. We're still in our figure 4 position. Just holding here. And again, awareness of what's going on with your head, your neck. Are you jutting your chin to the sky? Drop your chin as you draw your knees in. Come back to your breath. And release. Let's go ahead and switch sides, taking your right ankle back to your opposite knee and drawing your knees in, allowing yourself to find this opening through your outer right hip. And drawing your knees in just a little more. And release this. Let's go ahead and left leg now. Draw your knees in. Keep your left foot flexed. Allow there to be a softening through your left outer glute, your left outer hip. And now release and bring both feet down to the ground. Let's go ahead and grab our straps. So remember, if you don't have a strap, a rope, a towel, whatever you've got so that we can open up our hamstrings. Let's go ahead and take our right leg straight up in the air and extend your left leg out. Nice and long. Now, if your back bothers you when you extend your left leg out, come back to the bent knee position. Soften your grip on the strap. Drop your shoulders down into the earth. Descend your left thigh downward, as well as pushing out through your left thigh. Let's go ahead and just 3 times, just bend your knee, bring it into your chest, and then re-extend your leg. Bend your knee, draw it into your chest, and re-extend your leg. Once more, bend your knee and re-extend your leg, anchoring your shoulders, softening your grip. Let's go ahead and release our right leg and switch that to take your left foot into your strap. Lassoing your foot, bringing it up to the ceiling, and extending your right leg out on the ground. We're going to do our pumping our leg. Let's go ahead, bend our knee, bring it into our chest. And re-extend your leg up to the ceiling. Bend your knee, bring it into your chest. And re-extend your leg up to the ceiling. Once more, bend your knee. Extend and hold here. Softening your grip. Softening your jaw. And let's go ahead and release left leg. We're going to take our right leg straight up again. Extending now, left leg out. Anchor your shoulders. Lengthen through the crown of your head. Flex both your feet. Notice where you're holding tension and release it with your exhalations. And let's go ahead and switch legs back to our left foot in the strap. Right leg extended outward or with your bent knee. With each exhalation, let the tension release from your physical body. With each exhalation, release any gripping. Soften. And from here, let's release. Set your strap to the side. Extend both legs out. One last on our back, full body stretch. Exhaling completely and then flopping like a rag doll. We're going to make our way on to our hands and knees. So find your way there. Spread your fingers nice and wide on your mat. And if you need to pad your knees, pad your knees. Let's take our toes so that they're turning straight back behind us. And cat, cow. Rounding your back on your exhalation. And releasing, stretching your abdomen, tailbone up, head up. Gazing forward. Exhale. And inhale. Spreading your fingers wide. Rounding and arching. Letting your head drop, letting your tailbone drop. No hurry. Connect with your breath. Sometimes we move so fast through our day, through our life. We need to slow down, connect with our breath, connect into our bodies. Next time you come into your cat, round your back, hold it here. Hold, hold, hold. Really arching upward, pressing your palms into the earth, spreading your fingers wide. And then release. Let your abdomen drop down, head up, tailbone up. Pull your shoulders gently away from your ears as you continue to spread your fingers. Take an extra moment and just root into your thumb. Root into your index finger. And release, pushing yourself back into a knees wide child's pose. Stretching yourself back, lengthening and reaching your arms over your head. Draw your sit bones back and just drop and pause. If your head doesn't reach the ground, take one of your blocks and just support your head on your block. Or maybe you have a blanket that you can support your head with. just keep reaching, lengthening, and drawing your sit bones back towards the earth behind you. Let your abdomen continue to soften. And lengthen here. Reach out now through your arms. If you have a prop, take it away and set it to the side. Reach out through your arms and now pull yourself up to your hands and knees. Let's go ahead and pull. Make sure your hands are right underneath your shoulders unless your wrists are bothering you, and then go ahead and extend your arms out. We're going to go ahead and release our abdomen down and exhale, pull your navel into your spine. Release your navel down and exhale, pull in. So now we're keeping our spine steady, releasing our abdomen and pulling in. So we're really working here on connecting into our core, drawing our navel in and releasing. Spine is steady, pelvis is steady. And draw in. Let's do one more. Draw your navel in and then release. As we pull our navel in, take your right leg straight back behind you. Start with toes under, push back through your heel, and let's lift and lower 10 times. Keeping your torso steady. 6, 7, keep it going. Lead with your inner thigh. And 10. Come in, reconnect, readjust, draw your navel in, extend your left leg behind you. Let's lift and lower for 10. Keep going. Lead with your inner thigh. And come in. Let's go ahead, take our right arm out in front of us, palm facing upward, lift and lower for 10. It's not about how high you lift. Make sure your thumb is pointing towards the ceiling. Double check, connect, draw your navel into your spine. Keep your breath flowing here. 2 more and 1 more. Bring your hand back down. Take your left arm out. Turn your thumb to face upward and lift and lower. 2, 3. Abdomen steady. So again, it's not about how high that arm lifts. Pain-free range of motion. Two more and release. Let's push back into a knees together child's pose, stretching yourself back, letting your head drop, releasing through your back. And now bring yourself back up to hands and knees. Let's go ahead and take our right arm out in front, our left leg back behind, and let's up and down for 10. Both of them at the same time, opposite arm, opposite leg, connecting through your core, drawing your abdomen in. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Come in, let's switch sides, extending, here we go, up and down, lead with your inner thigh, thumb lifting towards the ceiling, allowing your shoulders to open. 2 more. And release. Let's go ahead and come up to, let's take that child's pose again. Let's do knees wide. Just release your back, release your spine, spread your fingers out. And let's take our arms back. So slide your hands back, support your head if you need to, and slide your hands back and grab and reach your ankles. Let your shoulders just drop forward. Find your breath in your back body. Expanding, opening. Bring yourself up to kneeling. So if you have a blanket set out on your mat, go ahead and fold it up at this time. If you need your mat or your blanket to kneel on, go ahead and take that and place it right into the center of your mat and come into high kneeling. From here, we're going to go ahead and take our right leg forward. Find that balance, right leg forward, and lengthen and lift up through the left side of your body. Roll your shoulders back, and let's take our arms from behind and lift our arms up. Spread your fingers and really lengthen up and out of your side waist. Feel yourself growing taller here, reaching up skyward. And now go ahead and release your arms down. And let's switch sides. Let's take our left leg forward. Dropping your sit bones and lifting through the front side of your body and sweeping your arms up from behind, lifting, lengthening, reaching upward. Spread your fingers. Reach tall. And now release your arms back down. And let's go ahead and switch sides, taking your right foot forward, lifting. So it's not a tucking of your tailbone, it's a dropping of your sit bones. And lift your arms up. Reach up skyward. Turn your armpits to face each other. Palms facing each other, fingers spreading wide as you reach skyward. Let's go ahead and twist now to the right. Your arm can be out into a T, or you can bring your hand to your hip, whichever position works for you in this moment. Let your collarbone spread wide. Use your left hand as a little bit of leverage to take you deeper into your twist. And bring yourself back to center. Let's go ahead and switch to the opposite side. Sweeping your arms from behind and up. Wrap your armpits to face each other. Lift and lengthen up and out of your side waist. Reach, 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 reach skyward. Let's take our twist to the left. Bring your hand to your left knee, your arm into a T, or your hand to your hip. Really feel this opening. Lengthening, turning your head, either looking straight or back behind you. Spread your left fingers and bring yourself back to center. Let's go ahead and switch. Take our right leg back forward. Now I'm going to use my props. I like to use my blocks. It just allows me to get a little bit more opening. If you don't have your blocks or anything, that's perfectly fine. Hands come forward. Front knee and ankle straight up and down. We're going to drive our knee forward, keeping our foot rooted into the ground. And we're going to go ahead and straighten our front leg. Stay grounded through your big toe. Bring your knee forward and back. Bring yourself forward and back. And just really getting this opening. So you're going to sense this through your left front thigh as we move back and forth, opening and pulling back. Let's hold here. Nice deep stretch. Roll your shoulders back, allowing the front of your collarbones to open. Fingers spreading wide, toes spreading wide, driving your sit bone. And let's release this and switch sides. So we'll go ahead and we'll take our left leg forward, anchoring. So set this foundation, root into your heel, and we're going to go ahead and drive our knee forward and come back as we straighten. So as we straighten, do your best to stay grounded into your front toe. Moving back and forth. Back and forth. Bending your front knee and straightening your front knee. Let's go ahead and take this and let's hold this. As we hold this, your front knee and ankle straight up and down, pulling your shoulders away from your ears. We're thinking about driving our left sit bone down towards our left heel as we lengthen up through the crown of our head. And let's release. Let's go back to the first side. Let's take our right leg forward. Drive your sit bones. Really find this foundation. So what I mean by drive your sit bone is we're moving down at an angle. And let's take our arms from behind us, sweeping, opening, reaching our arms up to the sky. You want to gaze upward, but we want to not throw our head back. So we don't want to come into this super extension position with our neck. We just want to gaze skyward. So if we're holding a ball, we're holding the moon or the sun in our hands, and we're just gazing slightly forward of our hands. Drive your sit bones. Keep reaching upward. Holding the moon, holding the sun. And let's go ahead, release, come out of this, and let's switch sides. Taking your left leg forward, driving your sit bones. So you find your balance. If you need to use your blocks to find your balance, take that moment. We're in no hurry. No hurry today. Just exploring, opening our bodies. Take your hands from behind to open up your chest and reach your arms upward. Spreading your fingers, gazing skyward, lengthening. Turn those armpits slightly towards each other. Are you holding the moon? Are you holding the sun? Are you holding the sky? What are you holding in this moment that gives you joy? What are you holding that makes you smile? And release. Come out of this. And let's go back to our first side. Let's take our right leg forward. Drive your sit bone. Finding your balance. Sweep your arms behind and up. Reaching upward. And then let's move into a twist. Opening up. You can bring your elbow to your front knee. You can bring your hand to your hip. You can bring your hands into prayer position. What works for you in this moment? What version of this pose allows you to move a little deeper, but to be stress-free? Our practice should give us joy, not stress. Release. Come out of this. And let's switch sides. Bringing your opposite leg forward. Finding your balance and sweeping your arms upward. Reaching skyward. Driving your sit bones, lengthening up. We're going to move into the twist. So whichever version, is it hand to knee, arm behind? Is it elbow to knee, hand to the hip? Is it hands in prayer? Find whichever position, as I said, challenges you, allows you to open up, but doesn't change your breath, doesn't give you more tension. Sometimes we push ourselves way, way too hard. And our yoga practice is finding that balance between pushing too much and opening just enough. Release. And let's go ahead and take a little child's pose. Take a little moment, knees wide. I'm going to do this version with my hands on the blocks. If you don't have blocks, just stretch your arms out, allowing your head to drop down as you draw your sit bones back. Really lengthening out of your side waist as you spread your fingers nice and wide. Let's go ahead and rise up and find a downward facing dog. Spread your fingers, lift your sit bones up skyward, and begin to root into your hands. And let's just do a little bend our knees and straightening our knees as we lift our sit bones up skyward, just as we did earlier with the pumping of our legs in Supta Padangusthasana. Pump your knees here, bend your knees, lift your sit bones up skyward, bend your knees, extend, rolling your inner thighs back. Let's do one more. Bend your knees and then straighten your legs. Begin to just do a little pedaling of your feet. Pedaling, pushing back through your heels. Not only pushing back through your heels, but dragging your heels back, lengthening through the soles of your feet, finding your connection to earth through your hands, through your feet. Now drag both heels back. Bend your knees once more. Lift your sit bones up skyward and re-extend your legs. Shake your head a little bit from side to side, releasing downward. And let's go ahead and come down to our child's pose once again. Knees wide, arms extending out, lengthening, spreading wide. And let's go ahead and push ourselves up. And we're going to bring ourselves into a seated position. So if you need to prop yourself, take your blankets, take a towel, whatever it is that you have, and we're going to go ahead and sit with our legs straight out in front of us. Pushing out through your heels, rolling your shoulders back, lifting your chest up, really feeling yourself grow taller. We're going to take our right leg and bring it in, bending your right knee, and just hold here for a moment and pull your chest forward. Really lengthen upward. This is the time to realize, are you not sitting up high enough? So if your back is rounding backwards, take a second to prop yourself up just a little bit higher so that you feel yourself come forward on your sit bones. Let your shoulders or elbows drop down and grow taller, taller, taller as you lengthen. Let's go ahead and switch sides. Drawing your left leg in, lining it up with your sit bones, and then just pulling here, lifting your chest up, finding your sit bones. So if you feel that you need to prop yourself up a little bit higher, please do. Just soften, gaze forward, and release. I'm going to prop myself up a little bit higher, and I'm going to pivot to face you, or pivot at a little bit of an angle. We're going to take our legs wide. So however you want to take your legs wide, find your positioning. We're going to start with our right leg, and we're going to bring it in. So very similar to what we just did, and we're going to pull that knee in, flex your opposite foot, and we're going to use a little bit of leverage here, and we're going to turn towards our extended left leg. So I'm not mirroring you, which sometimes I do, but right now I'm just turning over my own left leg. Turn over your left leg. And again, your right arm is a little bit of leverage, pushing out. And then release. Let's go ahead and switch sides. So we're going to take our opposite leg out, bring our right legs out, left leg is up. So again, I'm not mirroring you, pulling in and then using a little leverage as you spin and pivot around towards your extended left leg, opening up your chest, spreading your fingers nice wide, toes wide. Release any gripping, and then bring yourself back to center. Extend both legs straight out. Bring your right leg in, And then this time, left leg slightly going to go to the side. Lengthen up. Really reach up towards the sky. Feel yourself lifted and forward on your sit bones and twist to the right. Hooking, rotating, revolving, breathing. And release. Let's go ahead and switch sides. Bringing your left leg in, anchoring, opening out to the slightly to the side, reaching up through your right arm. And here we go. Hook and twist. Revolve your navel. Lengthen up through the crown of your head. Gaze behind you. And then bring yourself back to center. Lifting up on your sit bones, pushing out through your extended legs. Now, if this really is a challenge, slightly bend those knees so that you can sit forward on your sit bones, but keep working. Bring your right leg in, slide it up, Jana-Shirsasana, revolve. If you need your rope, go ahead and lasso your foot and lift your chest and slowly extend forward. Moving into your depth of your pose, not necessarily your deepest forward bend, but just working with each inhalation to lengthen your spine, to lengthen out of the crown of your head. Visualize your head moving towards your shin, not your knee. Really focus on the length here, the openness here. And slowly come on up. Let's go ahead and switch sides. Extending your right leg out. Coming into Jana-Shirsasana. Looping your foot. Finding the lift. And just walking your hands towards your foot. If you can grab your foot, grab your foot. Lengthen out of your side waist. Remember, as we practice yoga, yoga is for everyone. Whatever your ability, we work with where we are. We start where we are. And we never force. Keep lengthening out of your side waist. Visualize your forehead moving towards your shin. And then slowly rise up. Let's go ahead and come onto your backs. If you would like, you can spread your blanket back out, which I'm going to do since I'm on pavers. I always seem to be filming on pavers. So when we come onto our back, we are going to come into a bridge pose. So find yourself knees bent, feet flat on the floor. take a moment to just ground into your feet and bend your elbows. Bend your elbows and let your palms face each other. Make sure your feet aren't too wide. And here we go. Let's bridge. Press into your elbows and lift your pelvis off the ground. Keep pressing into your upper arms. Keep rooting into the soles of your feet. Lengthening up through the crown of your head. Release, come on down, just rest your hands onto your abdomen. Let's go ahead and once more bend those elbows, spread your fingers, press in and lift your pelvis off the ground. Go ahead and straighten your arms. Press the pinky side of your hand down, thumbs pointing towards the ceiling. So use this action of rooting down into your arms, rooting into your feet to lift you up into your bridge. And release, come on down. Rocking your knees from side to side, just in a nice wide windshield wiper, maybe taking your feet a little bit wider and just rocking back and forth and back and forth. And then from here, just go ahead and extend your legs out. Make any adjustments necessary. If you need to prop your head, prop your head. Let your palms face upward. And just allow yourself to drop into the earth in this moment. Letting yourself settle completely. Release completely. Know that in this moment, you have taken care of yourself. You've opened your body. You've connected your breath and your movement together. Now is the time for your body to absorb your practice. Drop into the earth. As you rest in Savasana, know that I am grateful that you've joined me in this practice today. Know that you've done a great job of taking care of yourself. And stay in this position for as long as you would like. Namaste.